Hi friends, Joe Couch here. Hope you are all doing well, staying warm and enjoying some of these random teaser summer days that we're getting. We are doing incredibly well here, about halfway through tour with Rev5. I have come back from being on the road and are now in Colorado and have about 5 more stops here. So we would love to have you if you haven't gotten a chance to see it. The presentation that's being done, it's called If I Perish from Esther. And it's a challenging presentation. We're going to be at Calvary Chapel here in Colorado Springs. Al Pittman's the pastor there off of King Street, and we'll be there Saturday night and Sunday morning at both of their youth services. So if you'd like to jump in and catch it, you'd be welcome to there. So I was reading a story to my 4-year-old recently, and it was about when the angel came to the shepherds, and of course they were terrified, and then it's the announcement of Christ. And so I asked her, I said, what really stood out to you? And she said, sometimes when you're really scared, it's when Jesus is actually about to bring good news, or when God is actually about to bring good news to you. And I thought about tour and being out on the road in a lot of different churches and some schools, and just thinking about the information that we hear blasted to us all the time about the churches on the downhill slide, and there's all sorts of horrific things that are happening and all that kind of junk. And man, I will tell you that Jesus is the leader of his church, and he is a ridiculously good leader. And we are more than encouraged when we get out on the road and go to these churches that are just hotbeds of fervent spiritual activity where the kingdom is really moving, where souls are being drawn to Jesus and lives are being changed. So we had an incredible moment when we were at Kingdom Life Church in Morrison, Illinois. And just had a time where we were preaching on Sunday morning, and then had the students stand up and do their creeds, and the audience just erupted. They were on their feet cheering and clapping, just in applause for probably a minute. And it was such a cool moment, and not because of the way the students had presented per se, but there's this big idea out of Romans that creation itself is yearning for the sons and daughters of God to be revealed. And so as the students finished, if you've seen that before, as they finished, the audience just erupted in applause and were on their feet cheering and just celebrating. It was such a cool electric moment. And again, there is something about the sons and daughters of God being revealed and stepping into and declaring their identity, not about a student, but about us resonating with God's design for our lives. So it was really incredible. So again, wonderful time on tour. Want to let you know about one more thing. In March 29th and 30th, we're going to have our Kingdom Legacy Adult Level Leader Learner retreat here at Colorado Springs, Colorado at Rev5 campus. And so we'll be covering Kingdom Legacy, Jesus at Work. And so the first legacy event we did, we talked about legacy in the family and what it looks like to really develop a trajectory for your children and where they're going, and as following in your footsteps. And so this Kingdom Legacy, we're going to be talking about Jesus at work and this big idea of what does it look like to actually be leaving a legacy in the workplace as folks move through their tenure in the market and begin to look in the rearview mirror and go, man, I'm exiting in 10 years or 15 years or maybe 20 years. What kind of legacy do I actually want to be leaving in the marketplace? What is it that I hope is true about me, or paths that I've created and pioneered for those that are coming behind me for the body of Christ and the movement of the gospel? So we're really looking forward to that. Going to be an incredible time. Again, that's March 29th and 30th, about 10 days out. So you can sign up for that and jump on board at rev5.org, Kingdom Legacy tab there. So anyways, that's about it for now. Love you guys a whole bunch, and we'll look forward to checking in with you again soon.